Hamilton and aviation watches, that's very often a fruitful combination. I remember, for example, very good when they presented the Khaki Aviation Pilot Pioneer Mechanical, first issued 1973 with tons of character. Their newest watch in this line is the Khaki Aviation Pioneer Mechanical Chrono, which will be available soon. So let's go over the specifications. We have a hand-wound chronograph with a case diameter of 40 mm. Length is not stated yet, but seems to be between 46 and 48. Thickness is 14 mm, lug width 22. Inside works the caliber H51SI with a power reserve of 60 hours. The watch has a sapphire crystal and is waterproof up to 100 meters. It comes on a cow leather strap and the price is 1,995 euros or 2,045 US dollars. This watch is the reissue of a historic timepiece too. The so-called Fab 4 was one of these classic badass looking military watches, very close to the Type 20 and in service of the Royal Air Force. Important to know is that the Fab 4 also was a type of watch manufactured back then by Hamilton, but also by companies like CWC. And it was also a hand-wound watch with a Valjoux movement and a typical asymmetric case. And you see at first glance that they preserved this case form. Very interesting tooly look. If you see case and dial, then you notice that legibility was the main focus here. We have a brushed case to minimize reflections and a charcoal grainy dial that swallows every ray of light. Then in contrast, massive portions of lume, especially on the hands. The color simulates aged radium, which is not always appreciated by purists, and to be honest, it doesn't make so much sense here because radium wasn't in use anymore in the 70s. They used tritium, which ages, yes, and changes color, but not into this even bronze tone. But I personally can live with that. I see it just as another color, more attractive than white. And look here how well it goes with the charcoal and the steel. It's a very attractive mix. Very nice is also that they stick to the Valjoux, because the H51 movement is a modernized Valjoux 7753. Reliable, very robust. And the robustness of the entire ensemble is underlined by a water resistance of 100 meters, which isn't mandatory of course for a pilot's watch, but certainly very handy. The only point I personally don't like is the lug width of 22. The combination of a 40 mm watch head with a 20 mm strap is a proven combo. There is no need to go to 22. But I think they have done this to make the watch head look smaller, because the original watches from the 70s were a bit smaller. And from that perspective it makes sense. One word about the price: stiff. 2,000 for a Hamilton is a lot of money, but we have to see the genre and the competition. The prices for vintage military chronographs are high because of a high demand. And the price for a modern reissue, Swiss-made, can be astronomical. The Breguet Type 20, for example, goes for about 10 grand. So I think this price here may hurt, but there isn't really a way around it. And with this in mind, let me close this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week.